Right here locally, there are still a couple of families, two families, in fact, that we know of, still trying to get out of Afghanistan.
And last night we reported 3 East County families have returned safely. That's according to the Cajon Valley Union School District, where those children attend and returned to school yesterday. Fox 5's Misha DeBono is live in El Cajon with the latest on the push to get those remaining families out of the Kabul airport. Misha.
Yeah, good afternoon. According to the district superintendent, as of last night, there is one family that actually made it to the Kabul airport. They were trying to get a flight out, and another family that was still unaccounted for. That's very disturbing and alarming, but what's equally alarming, he also said of the families that have returned that he have talked to, they say that there is upwards of 20,000 Americans still there in that country. With the help of the State Department and Congressman Darrell Issa, last week several families have safely returned here to the U.S. after visiting family in Afghanistan. 8 children returned to class yesterday after what can only be described as a harrowing ordeal. Still, there are 2 families as of last night that were trying to get out. We are awaiting an update on whether or not one of the families was able to get a flight out of the airport and if the other actually made it to the airport. But according to Dr. David Miyashiro, he's the El Cajon or the Cajon Valley Union School District Superintendent, he says there is still so much more to do.
We met with 2 of the families that have made it home, and they told us the same thing, that there are a lot of people sheltering in place that are hiding that no one's talking about. At the U.S. Embassy, visas and passports were destroyed, so there's not even record of a lot of the Americans and SIVs that are there. And right now, there isn't a plan B, but we need a phase 2 or some type of strategy, because we know one student's there that we're not going to rest until we get her home.
So again, we're waiting an update on those 2 families to find out if in fact one of them did get on a flight last night and where the other family stands right now. As for the families who are here safely and the children who have returned to school here, they have asked for privacy right now and just time to sort of reacclimate and get back into some sort of normalcy in their lives while they still obviously very upset about what's happening in their homeland. So hopefully we'll get an update today on what is happening with those 2 families, and we'll bring it to you on later broadcasts. For now, though, we're live in El Cajon. Misha DeBono, Fox 5 News.
Certainly a concern. All right, Misha, thank you.